guys, it's Dashabella and welcome back to another Star Equestrian video, but more importantly, welcome back to part 2 of the Bloodlines breeding update video series that we have going on the channel. Just a heads up guys, I actually filmed this, but my avatar wasn't on the screen, so we're gonna have to do a bit of a redo here, so if I sound a little bit tired, it's because I did a lot of yapping before all of this. But anyways, yeah, hi guys, welcome to the video. If you are unsure about what I'm talking about with the whole Bloodline breeding update thing, Star Equestrian got a big update and there was just too much for me to cover in like one video, so I just decided to split it into 2. So if you would like to look at all of the new cute horsies, check out the video I uploaded before this one. That video covers all of the new horses that were added into the game, and I did a bit of a special breeding in that video too, so do check it out if you like looking at horses. We're still gonna look at horses in today's video, but the focus for today's video is breeding. We are going to be doing some breeding. And yeah, I kind of want to sort of go into detail and as much detail as possible that I can into the new breeding system, because for a lot of people, it is quite overwhelming now because there's like more stuff added to the breeding system. Like there are more things that we have to pay attention to, especially if you're trying to breed a horse for competitions. And even if you're trying to coat breed, yeah, it's definitely a thing. Like I can see people getting overwhelmed by the new system. So hopefully I can try and explain everything the best that I can, because I think I have a good grip of what the new update has kind of added. And I think I'm kind of breeding correctly, but if I'm doing anything wrong in the video, let me know in the comments below. I am open to criticism. And yeah, if I'm being a total goof, please call me out on it. But yeah, let's jump into today's video. So the new update, it added 2 things. Sorry, it added a bunch of things, but focusing on the breeding aspect, we had some changes to how breeding works, and now we have family trees. So we're gonna look at family trees first because I think this is so awesome. So our family tree is going to be in your horse's overview panel. So this is the overview panel, and on the left-hand side, under the feeding button, we have a button called Bloodlines, and this is where you can see your horse's family trees. Yeah, look how awesome this is. So this is Moxie. I recently bred this horse. Love this horse, by the way, but a total accident because I did not get what I wanted, and I will explain why. But yeah, you can see the parents of the horses that you are riding if you're riding a bred horse, and you're also going to be able to see offspring. So in the case of Moxie, Moxie has a little bay foal here called Bandera. I don't know if I'm going to change that name. Very cute foal, very cute pattern and marking as well. But you can click through all of your horses now. So if you click onto the baby, it's going to show the parents of that baby. If you click on one of the parents, it's going to show the history of that parent. And in the case of this horse, this is a market horse. So Matteo is not a horse that I bred. So market horses will not have parents at all. It will just be them. See, you acquired the child horse from the auction house. And this is going to be the same thing for any horses that you summon, and also horses that you get for rewards. So this is Milk Lady, and as you can see here, she has no parents because I got her as a reward for my club chest. So yeah, but yeah, I really like this new system because it can go pretty deep if you've done a lot of breeding and you own a lot of the foals. So yeah, click into Excelsa. This is Excelsa, by the way. Milk Lady is his mum. And you can see all of Excelsa's all of Excelsa's offspring. And the thing is, you also will get an extra tab if you have more than 3 offspring for your horse. So in the case of Excelsa, he has 8 offspring. So he has Aurora, Sparrow, Damien, Hunt, Monty, Armageddon, Alistair, and Horus. Like these are all of his children. And if I wanted to as well, okay, if I click into Aurora, it's going to show Aurora's family tree of who her parents are and then all of her babies. And Aurora has a lot of kids because I tried to do something with her and unfortunately it didn't pan out. But this was also the old breeding system, mind you, okay? So yeah, we had a lot of limitations with the old breeding system, but now because of the new stuff that was added, we might have a lot more freedom in trying to breed things that we want. So yeah, here's all the Bloodline stuff. Just click onto the horse. You can see if there's offspring and all that kind of stuff. There is a pretty interesting thing that was added recently. I don't know if you guys can see it on the right hand side. Under Rain's name, there is a sticker called Legacy Breed. And you are only going to get this sticker if you got this horse. Oh, sorry, I think it's only if you bred the horse before the update. So it's the game's way of saying like, this is a bred horse, but it was bred before the update, so it has no traits. So if I went to, let's say, Aurora, oh my God, I have to go all the way to the top now. So let's go to Aurora, and in the bottom left-hand corner next to the tax stats button, there's the legacy sticker. So Aurora has this sticker, Excelsa has that sticker, Starla has that sticker. All those horses I showed just now, these horses were all bred before the update. So it's just a cosmetic sticker to show that, yeah, you did not breed this horse after the breeding update. Personally, I'm not a really big fan of this. I actually wish the devs gave all of our existing bred horses just like a random trait. I actually think that would have been a really nice payoff, especially for the players that spent thousands, like I know for a fact there are players on the server that spent thousands of dollars on breeding projects, and it was just coat breeding. It wasn't anything serious. They were just trying to breed pretty horses. New update rolls around, and then effectively all of these horses are not useless, but they will be outclassed by all the new horses being bred because of all of the new abilities and stuff that was added into the game. Let me show you guys the UI so I can also introduce the other things that were added into the game. So the breeding page has changed a little bit. So we have a icon at the top still, but there's a border around it now where it can change between purebred and crossbred. There is now purity breeding in the game, but it's not going to work the way that you might think it does. Because Star Equestrian breeding, they did try to simplify this as much as possible. And actually, because they've done this purebred system for breeding, it's actually much easier to get certain horses if you breed with the right combination. So it's like a good and a bad thing, because last time if you bred a horse with a different breed, you would have a 50% chance of getting either of the breeds. So yeah, we've got the picture, we have the dominant gene thing. This is what's going to determine what horse you get from the breeding. Genetic traits, these are the new abilities that were added into the game. So when you're breeding your horses, you have a chance of picking up a couple of abilities. And some of these can range from quality of life things to extra experience and stamina, like reduced stamina usage, to crazy stuff like boosts in stats. Yeah, there's a lot. You can check this out on your horse's pages. We will take a look at some of these traits later on as well. We have the usual stuff too. So personality and racing traits. These are, yes, this is the same stuff that we had before the update. They've just chucked them towards the bottom because personally, I don't know any player that has specifically tried to breed for certain personality and racing traits. I mean, personality, yeah, because nobody likes relaxed horses. So, maybe I'm only alone in this. No, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people that don't like relaxed horses. Yeah, so on top of that, the horses that you breed at the bottom, there's actually an extra tab if you tap the little arrows in the corner of the horse's name. So we'll do this one for Bambi. This shows the purity of the horse that you are currently breeding with. So these two horses, I know both of them are 100% Frisian sport, which is why they are considered purebreds. The concept of crossbreeding, okay? So just kind of pay attention to this, guys. The importance of purebred and crossbreeding at the moment is that depending on what breeding you are doing, that's going to determine what genetic traits, what abilities your horses are going to be able to qualify for. So if I do a purebred breeding, these horses will be able to get a purebred ability. Only one, because you can only get one ability for one, either pure or crossbreeding. So if it's blue, it's a purebred. If it's green, okay, let me pull out one of my green crossbred horses. I can try filter this way. There we go. So let's just grab Opal. And all of a sudden in the middle, you can see now this is a breeding, because now we're not doing a purebred breeding. And if I open up the tab here, This is going to end up being a 75% Frisian Sport horse foal with 25% Clydesdale, because the horse I added just now, Opal, is 50% Frisian Sport, 50% Clydesdale. Now, you're probably concerned now because you're thinking like, okay, wait a minute, if I start doing some crossbreedings, does that mean if my horse is crossed once, it's crossed forever? And the answer to this is no. You can eventually do purebred breeding even with crossbred horses. What you need to do to make sure you do this is that you have to make sure the dominant gene, the biggest gene, okay, in the breeding is 80%. So I need to figure out, okay, how do I get this horse to 80% Frisian Sport? Now, the only way to get this up any higher is you need a 100% Frisian Sport or a high percentage Frisian Sport, and you're going to have to try and get another crossbred Frisian Sport with more Frisian Sport in its bloodline. So if I'm not mistaken, this other horse that I have here, he is less Clydesdale. Was it Opal or was it Mini? I think it's Mini. So Mini is 75 Frisian Sport, 25 Clydesdale. You guys can't see this, but I'm just going to tell you. So even though this horse is a crossbred, if I'm breeding this horse with Bambi, who is a purebred, look at the dominant gene. We are 88%. So as long as you have 80% of a specific genetic for a horse, you will be able to do pure breedings, even though their bloodline might be diluted with a different breed. Here's the thing, I've had so many people get so confused when they breed two horses together and they don't know what they're going to end up getting. And I know fantasy breeding is really bad for this because they've now allowed us more options to get fantasy horses. So in the case of natural horses, you need to pay attention to the genes. See the dominant gene at the top? So depending on what is listed as your dominant genes, that is going to be the horse that you get in the breeding. No questions asked. It does not matter about anything else. All that matters is which horse's genes is the most dominant in a pool of genes, and that's going to be the horse that you get. So in this breeding, obviously it's a Frisian Sport. If I took out one of my crossbreeds, so we're going to keep the 75 Frisian Sport, 25 Clydesdale, and we're going to put a totally different horse in here. So let's put like a draft horse or something, or quarter horse. We'll put Ghost Pepper. If I put Ghost Pepper in this breeding, all of a sudden, I'm going to get a guaranteed American quarter horse in this breeding because there is more quarter horse in this breeding than there is Frisian Sport and Clydesdale. I want you guys to keep in mind, okay, when you're looking at those dominant gene numbers, this does not show the percentage of you getting that horse. You are not going to have a 50% chance of getting a quarter, 38% chance of Frisian Sport, and 12% chance of Clydesdale. That's not how this works. Your breedings will be determined by the most dominant gene in a breeding. Now, the only time that it might be like a 50-50 split between 2, 3, or 4 horses is if you have enough genetics for both horses to be the same and to qualify as a dominant gene. So if I got another purebred horse, we'll just grab Mermaid, we'll get Ariel. All of a sudden, now it says 2 possible outcomes. And you get 2 possible outcomes because both breeds here, they're both green and they're both at 50%. They do not override the other. So what's going to end up happening in this breeding is you'll get either a quarter horse or a Frisian Sport horse, and then you'll get the mix of genetics between the two, the visual genetics, the mane tail color, the styles, and all the patterns and all that kind of business, okay? That's where the mixes are going to come in. There is a chance, if you have 2 horses that are also mixes, that you might get a 4 possible outcome breeding. So this is if you have like 25% Arabian, 25% Frisian, 25% Frisian Sport, and 25% Shire. That is possible. I'm going to try and pull up a screenshot I saw in the Discord to confirm this. So it is possible for you to get really, really random breedings, but the odds of you getting a random breeding like that will be because you basically decided to breed with 4 totally crazy horses. The good thing that's coming out from the new system for breeding is that we no longer need to rely on that 50-50 gamble if we're trying to aim for a specific breed. We will be able to control what horses we get, assuming we're breeding with the right horse at the same time, okay? So the element of randomness has been taken out of breeding, which I do wholly appreciate from Foxy, because I kind of feel like the randomness from our old system, it was annoying sometimes because you would just keep getting horses that you didn't want, right? And like, obviously we want to have more control over our breedings because breedings cost gems. The same is going to apply for fantasy breeding. I know some people have been so confused about fantasy breeding because of this picture. So let me pull up a random fantasy breeding. Okay, fantasy breeding numbers are going to be a little bit more confusing. So let me try to explain this the best way that I can. So I have a crossbred Arabian unicorn crossing with a forest lord. And what I'm going to end up getting from this breeding is not a alicorn. Okay, I want you guys, if you are doing fantasy breeding, that picture with the unicorn horn and the wings, please ignore that. That is a very, very misleading image. I think Foxy's put like a temporary image there. They will be fixing this later on. You will not be getting an alicorn from this breeding, and you will never have a chance of getting an alicorn from this breeding. But what you would get from this breeding is the name of the breed listed underneath the picture. You will get a Forest Lord unicorn. This is what you're going to get. If I were you for fantasy breeding, ignore the dominant genes unless you have a case where you can have a 2 outcome breeding, because the whole dominant gene system here, this might confuse you because you'll be like, but why is it 67% Forest Lord, 33% unicorn, and I'm getting a Forest Lord unicorn? All that matters is the final result of that breeding. So in this case, we would get a Forest Lord unicorn. If I picked a different fantasy, let's say we go for a Vulcan. For this breeding, we are 100% getting a Stone Bloom Frisian. And it does not matter here what this is, the dominant gene thingamajiggo, okay? This will throw you off. This will only matter for future breedings for that horse. All that matters is the game is telling you you will get a Stone Bloom Frisian for the resulting foal. You will not get an alicorn, you will not get a unicorn, you will not get a Pegasus. No. Ignore that picture. That picture is 100% misleading. Now, the cool thing about the update is that we now have a way to get duplicate horses. Now, it's going to be for certain pairs. Not all pairings are going to work this way, but let me grab this, my Shroud Mustang. This is one of the new ways that we can now get duplicate fantasies if we cannot do summons or if there's like no other way to get that horse. So if I breed a Vulcan and a Shroud Mustang together, I have a 50% chance of getting a Vulcan Frisian or a 50% chance of getting a Shroud Mustang. So if you need duplicates for any of these horses, you now have a way to get duplicates, which is very, very handy in the case like you are somebody that got a Vulcan and you've never been able to get one ever again since. You can now get mastery by breeding for dupes. This is something I am very happy with the new update because players again now have a little more control over what horses they're going to be able to breed. Now in the case of this one, like this is a still a 50-50, like that's the only unfortunate thing. It would be amazing if there was a potion that would kind of lean a breeding in one direction, but that also does sound like a pay to win thing. So you could probably ignore that statement. But again, if you need a duplicate for something and you can't summon or you have limited gems, you can now breed for it, which is really, really great. And this is going to happen for a lot of other breeds. It's not just the Vulcan. Like if you need mastery for the Cosmic Mustang, I could do this. I could breed the Cosmic Mustang with a Shroud Mustang and I'd be able to get mastery if I get lucky and get a Cosmic Mustang as the resulting horse. So if I did this, for example, then Cosmic Mustang or Fluttering Arabian. But I don't know if this is the case. I don't think there would be wings on the Cosmic Mustang. Okay, this one I'm not sure because yeah, it's I'm kind of new to the whole concept of dupe breeding, so don't take my word for this. But I kind of hope you guys have a better understanding of like the whole dominant gene thing, because once you have a good idea and a good grasp of how that works, then you are going to have a lot more control over what horses you're going to be able to get through certain breedings. So potions are a new thing that were added into the game, and this is going to help influence your breedings. So if you're looking for a specific look, if you're trying to increase the chance of upgrading your abilities, then potions are going to be the way to go. And there are several ways to get potions, by the way. So if you are somebody that is a big spender and you have disposable income to buy gems, you can buy the potions chest. Personally, I really don't recommend this unless you're a really big spender and you really don't care, because the odds of getting the good stuff in the chest are pretty low. So on mobile, you don't have this, but on PC we do. It shows us the odds of getting the potions, and all the good ones are at about 5% just to get those potions. Then we have a second tier of potions, which are 15%, and then you have the not so great potions, which are 22%, which is, personally, I feel like that's a little bit high. But yeah, you know, it's a gacha game. Let me go through the potions very quickly so you guys kind of understand how these work. So there are several types of potions. You have prestige, appearance, flourishes, and personality. And personality are pretty straightforward. If you use any of these potions on your horse, then the baby will be born with that personality, 100%. There is no way that this can fail. So if you really, really want to make a breeding happen, but let's say both of the parents are aloof or relaxed and you hate those personalities, if you have a social potion, you pop that on the horse and you will 100% get a social baby. This is very handy. I do like this because there are definitely a couple of personalities I'm not a big fan of. Next up, we have flourishes, and these are one of the rarer potions. This is the 5% chance potion from the chest. And basically, you can add flourishes to any of your breedings now. You can add this to a fantasy breeding. You can add this to a regular horse breeding. It just lets you spruce up your horses like you normally would. I do believe if you use these flourish potions on regular horses, because they become flourished, you will no longer be able to co-breed them with friends or club mates. So just keep that in mind because, yeah, these... I mean, it's great to have flourishes, but personally, I kind of feel like flourishes are going to hold some horses back because, yeah, you can't co-breed them. And there are all kinds of flourishes here too. I think they have every single flourish element. So you have water flourishes, cosmic flourishes, fire flourishes, ice flourishes, gold flourishes, horn flourishes, natural flourishes, spectral flourishes, and then you have 2 extra potions here, one called Simplicity and one called Wild Flourish. Simplicity is a really great potion if you don't like flourishes. If you use this on a horse, then the foal will have no flourishes, which I'm kind of a big fan of because sometimes I don't like the flourishes that are going to come from a certain pairing, so I can get a horse with its natural look. So Simplicity, I know some people don't care about this. I'm not really a flourish girly, so I do like this potion. And then if you are a little bit of a crazy goofy goober, then you might like this one, the Wild Flourish potion, where basically the foal will get any type of flourish. So if you want to be surprised and you don't want to waste multiple flourish potions, there you go. You're going to be able to have fun with the Wild Flourish potion. Next, we have the appearance potions. This is for my coat breeders out there. You guys are gonna love this. So there are a multitude of potions here that are going to influence things like coat color, face markings, hair dye patterns, stylish hair, and stylish tails. If you are looking for a particular look, you will want to use these potions. But be cautious when you're using these potions because you will not always get what you want 100% of the time. Sometimes these potions are not going to work the way you want them to because they are still relying on your horse's genetics. It is not going to be based on what your horse looks like exactly. The only way to kind of guarantee a look is if your horse has a very reliable history of parents that also look like the baby. So yeah, I kind of failed in this department. I thought I would get what I wanted. I think Moxie is a really great example of a little bit of a fail for me. So this is Moxie. And I was not aiming for this look for Moxie actually. The mane and tail style, yes. The mane and tail color, yes. The coat color, yes. The coat pattern, no. So with this breeding, I had the coat pattern potion on one of the parents for style. I think it was on Matteo. So Matteo, I really like this horse because I wanted to try and pull for his dapples. So I gave him the pattern potion. And even though I had the pattern potion on this horse, it did not give me Mattio's pattern. It gave me this other pattern, which honestly, I don't know where it came from. So I think just after experiencing this, yeah, guys, just a warning, these potions may not work the way you want them to because there is still some kind of genetics in play that's going to influence what you get from the babies. These last set of potions are classed as prestige, and they do a couple of things. The first two potions, the Compound of Fortune and Compound of Power, these potions correlate to the new abilities called prestiges, which are the best abilities in the game. I will explain what these are a little bit later on, but these potions can influence whether you can get them. So with this potion here, you have a 5% chance of getting a prestige because the odds of getting a prestige are crazy low. So there is a potion to increase your chances of getting one. The second potion is for upgrading the prestige trait. So when you're breeding horses together to upgrade a prestige, you can use this potion to increase the chance of that prestige actually upgrading. So very handy if you're focusing on leveling up your prestige traits. These are very rare potions. I believe they are in the 5% category in the potions chest. So if you want these, they're going to be very hard to get. It could be very expensive. So good luck if you're trying to pull for these potions because I know these are very high in demand for our competitive players. The next two potions, Compound of Progress and Experience. So Compound of Progress, this one is for leveling up the blue and green stats, so like your abilities. You can use this to increase the chance of the skill upgrading when you're breeding two horses together. So again, very handy if you're a competitive player. The blue potions, this is the lowest tier. I think it's also like a 20% potion from the chest. Basically, your foal is going to grow up with extra levels, which it's great. You know, if you want to have a foal and you don't want to train it as much, give the breeding a blue potion and the foal is going to have some extra levels. I don't know how many extra levels this gives, so just kind of keep that in mind. If someone does know how much you get in terms of levels, please let me know in the comments because yeah, this is kind of important. Before we move on to the next thing though, you're probably wondering how to use these. Let me just move myself. There is a equip button. So if we select a potion and if you want to use it, firstly, depending on the potion, you may have to selectively choose which parent to put it on. So if I was coat breeding, for example, I need to make sure I have Bambi selected. And then I want to put on the potions that I want his genetics to be influenced in the breeding. So if I pick a hair dye potion, for example, I could use this and we're going to equip it to Bambi. And then that means that when we're breeding, there's a good chance that his genetics will be used to get his hair color. Now, the thing is, I do think for appearances, for example, these ones can fail. So again, just breed with a grain of salt. There is a chance that you're not going to get exactly what you want, but at least like the breedings will be a little less random. So yeah, that's basically how you equip the potions. If you are not happy with this, you can unequip. There's a button there. So very, very simple. You can equip up to 3 potions per horse. And some potions do not stack. So if I put the potion of charisma or of charisma, the game will not let me put that energetic potion on because it just doesn't make sense, right? So I'm glad that they did that they didn't make us waste random potions. Flourishes, I have no idea if we can stack these. So let's just kind of pretend. Okay, we're going to put one on and okay, so we can only put 1 flourish potion. But does that mean I can put the wild flourish potion on the other horse? No. Okay. So there are some limitations to breeding, guys. So yeah, do pay attention. These potions are quite difficult to get. Okay, so I did say you guys can get the potions in the potion chest. If you're wondering where else you're going to be able to get these potions, there are a few ways to get them. So one of them is actually voting in the photo contest. So when voting opens up, you can get potions as rewards for voting for other players' pictures. Unfortunately, I have not been lucky enough to get a potion yet. But yeah, if you do want to have a chance at getting potions, make sure you're voting every day when voting opens for the photo contest. Another way is to be in a club, and this might be the most reliable way for a lot of players. So potions were introduced as a club chest reward. So not the champion's chest on the left, the club chest on the right, which my head is like covering all the important stuff. Sorry, guys. So yeah, here are the odds of getting potions for your rewards. Now, obviously, if you can join a club that makes a bunch of club points, then your chances of getting potions as rewards will increase. And it can increase all the way up until 20% if you can get a club that can unlock tier 5 every week. Okay, so if you really want these potions, join a high ranking club. They will be able to help you out, as long as you also are helping them out too. You've also got to make those club points in, carry your weight. Don't just make people carry you, okay? That's not nice. It's kind of rude. You can also get breeding tokens here too. So if you're like super into breeding, get into a high ranking club and make your club points. Another way to get potions, I think this is the last way as well, it's by racing. So if you have not gotten into racing yet, I do recommend that you actually start racing now, because potions have been introduced as a reward. So if you can do your races, you will be able to get potions. And I think this is a little bit deceptive. You can also get potions if you are in the Star Equestrian rank, because if you guys forgot, you also get rewards from other ranks based on your score. So even though we've got like all the high tier rewards here for my Star Equestrian ranked riders, it says down at the bottom, you also receive rewards from other ranks based on your score. So you will also be rolling in professional and advanced. So if you really, really, really want to get a bunch of potions, just try to rank as high as possible and cross your fingers when it is time to claim your race rewards, because yeah, it is, again, very, very random. Next, let's talk about the traits, because these traits, there's a lot of traits, guys. Okay, there's a lot of traits. So let's pull out Moxie again, because Moxie does have a trait. So to view traits on your horse, if you are on the horse stats page, the traits are going to appear in the bottom left hand corner next to the tack stats button. So you see the little blue arrow thing there, that's one of Moxie's abilities. If Moxie was a fully bred, properly trained competition horse, then there would be 3 traits here, which is 1 crossbreed, 1 purebred, and 1 prestige. If you would like to know what these things do, you can actually click on the skill in the bottom left-hand corner, or use your finger and just drag the stats across. So now we have the genetic traits opened up on the left-hand side, and this is going to show you what all the traits your horses does to your horse and how it influences them in like events or competitions, or maybe even just in the overworld, because there are all kinds of traits and abilities. And in the case of Moxie, Moxie has hyper focus. So this ability basically gives Moxie +3 stats to all of her stats, and this is on top of what she has. So in the grand scheme of things, if I ever get around to fully maxing Moxie out, because I know Moxie will be able to reach 100 speed when I fully level her up, she will be able to hit a maximum of 103 speed, because she also has this extra 3 to all of her stats to add on top of her abilities, which hyper focus, I do believe this is probably going to be one of the most highly coveted abilities in the game. So if you can grab this, you're going to be in a really great spot. Now you're probably wondering, where are all the other abilities? Like, where can I see these? So in the genetics traits tab, you see the little eye icon next to genetic traits. Tap that and you're going to be able to see all of the genetic traits. And this is the one that's on Moxie at the moment. If you scroll through, we're going to see 3 categories. This is all to show all of the traits. Next, we have purebred, which are all the blue traits, green for crossbred traits, and then finally yellow, which are the prestiges. And we're going to be talking about prestiges because these are probably one of the, I think not even one of, like these are the most impossibly broken, overpowered abilities in the entire game. And this is especially if you can actually start to level these up, like they are incredible abilities. So I think we kind of have to talk about these. Prestiges are very, very rare abilities, guys. Okay, so you're probably wondering how to get these. The only way to get a yellow prestige is through breeding, and the odds of getting a yellow prestige are like abysmally low. So if I go to the breeding tab, okay, that diamond, you see that diamond? That is where prestige would be if you had one. If you don't have one, it's going to be like this for you as well. If you tap it, 5% chance to get a random prestige trait at level 1. So any breeding that you do, if you do not have prestiges on any other horses, you have a 5% chance to get a random prestige at level 1. 5% chance of getting this ability. So crazy rare, crazy difficult to get, very, very pay to win, I feel, because obviously our paid players are going to have an edge over everybody else because they will have the money to spend to try and grab one of these horses. Now, the great thing is that once you have a prestige, you will be able to get this prestige. You'll be able to breed the prestige onto your future horses as long as you have the prestige horse used in the breeding line. Word of caution. Big word of caution, okay? Co-breeding. You will not be able to get prestiges from other players' horses even though their horse has a prestige. You will only be able to get prestiges on your horse if you breed them yourself. So don't waste your time trying to find a player that has a prestige. You will not be able to use someone else's horse to get a prestige. I want to make this very clear before somebody wastes their gems, because we can share abilities, the crossbreed and purebred abilities between players. If you need a certain ability, definitely give a shout in the English chat. Someone might have a horse that you need, but in a lot of cases, you are probably not going to find anybody offering the yellow prestige horses because we simply cannot share those abilities, okay? Just heads up, don't waste your gems. Okay, back to our abilities. I do suggest if you guys get the chance, please check out what these abilities do because I'm not going to go through it in today's video. There are just far too many. But I will just sort of point out the ones that I really like for the prestiges because I do think prestiges are worth sort of talking about here. Golden Child is a prestige that focuses on giving you extra gold and also gives you a stat bonus and will help you with your jump, like a jumping event. So if you do show jumping, Golden Child is probably one of the prestiges that you want. If you score 80% on a jump, it counts as perfect. So you can ride like an absolute lunatic, but as long as you get 80% on a jump, it's going to count as perfect. Like this, I feel like this ability alone is going to change how the leaderboards are going to look like for show jumping if anyone's able to get that level 2 prestige. Like, oh my gosh, this one is actually kind of crazy. The next ability is Rough Rider. So this one is more about stamina usage. So you use less stamina, your stamina refills quicker on a wipeout, and you're going to be able to refill stamina when you hit obstacles. And it's also got a lot of like visual upgrades. There's also one where it says gain a massive boost in all stats after reaching 4 perfect jumps. Now this I'm kind of not understanding because it doesn't say what the boost is. So kind of confused, but again, it's a yellow prestige, so kind of crazy. I would see this being more of like a cross-country ability because it's also talking about perfect jumps. So this might be the ability to have if you want to do cross-country. Next, we have Eternal Bond. This is for our breeders. If you are a chronic breeder, if you're spending thousands of gems every week breeding and you are tired of waiting for your foals to grow up after 8 to 9 hours of being AFK online, this is what you want because your your foals and your pets are going to level up 3 times quicker as long as your Eternal Bond prestige horse is out with you. So if you like breeding, grab this prestige, really, really handy. It's going to make it so much faster for your horses to grow up. Next, we have Heart of Winter, and this focuses on like freezing your stamina. And I kind of feel like because it's also focusing on stamina, this might be more of a show jumping and cross-country trait rather than racing because it's talking about perfect jumps, it's freezing stamina for laps, and when you freeze your stamina, it's like, yeah, it's just a lot of stamina focus. So I think this one could benefit a little bit of everything, like show jumping, cross country, and maybe some racing. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but cross country and show jumping, definitely. I think I can see the use for this. So if you feel like you're struggling with stamina, Heart of Winter might be really nice. The last one here, this one is an interesting one. So this one is an exploration trait where you can run around the world. You have no stamina. You know how you normally have stamina and you have to like loosen the reins a little bit when your horse is running around. You have unlimited stamina in the world. Your horse can find and collect chests for you, just like the fox pet that the luminous spirit has. You also get extra boost when dashing, which personally, I think this is the racing trait. This feels like the racing trait because you get that boost when dashing. And then you also gain extra resources in Heartside Redwoods and Agricola. So this is like an exploration / racing trait. So if you get this, you will have an easier time in races, but only if you can get that level 3. Otherwise, if it's level 2 and level 1, it's more so just about exploration and chest collecting and all that stuff in the world. So it's not too bad. So the ones I'm kind of worried about at the moment are Golden Child and Rough Rider, because like these are a little outrageous. I'm not gonna lie, these are definitely a little outrageous. Now here are the crossbreed traits. Now, just off the top of my head, like I'm just gonna click through these. We're not gonna look at any of these because there are just far too many. A lot of the crossbreed abilities appear to focus on experience. So like you have best friend, which is horse experience per bond, more experience, increasing leveling up stamina and speed, agility and jump, acceleration. So definitely quality of life stuff in crossbreed. We also have a couple of other abilities. This one is an interesting one. This one is wiping out was it invincible for an extra second after wiping out in a race. Like this is a race trait. So there are a couple here that are going to be useful in races. Like we've got this one where you gain more stamina when drifting during races. First event lap, you get more stamina. Yeah, there's definitely some here that I'm kind of looking at and I'm like, ooh, I kind of want these on my horse. Like I don't want the experience ones. I want the ones that benefit me in my events. So the crossbreeds, like they're okay. But I feel like where all the crazy abilities are, it's in the purebred section. So there are a bunch of stat boosts that you can get with a purebred ability. And I do encourage you guys, I'm not going to look at any of these right now because yeah, again, just far too many, but there are all kinds. There's like stat boosts, there's abilities, there's extra boosting when you're drifting, like those kinds of things. Like yeah, it is absolutely insane, some of the blue abilities and what they actually do. So if you are looking for certain abilities, pay attention to what abilities there are in game. And if you're wondering like what is even a good ability to aim for, please don't hesitate to ask in the English chat. Someone will be more than happy to help you. Because yeah, I still have not memorized all of the traits yet. And I kind of don't know what I'm looking for as well. Because I'm also still experimenting. The update's still new. It hasn't been a week yet. Actually, no, I'm lying. It's been a week now. But I need more than a week, okay? I need more than a week to figure out what is a good ability and what isn't a good ability. Speaking of abilities, okay, you're probably wondering how to upgrade them. Luckily for you, I actually can show this to you. So I have 2 horses with the show jumping ability. So this one here, I forgot what it's called. It's called Show Jumping Purist. So agility and jump +3. When you get an ability for the first time, it's always going to be level 1. If you would like to upgrade that ability, you need 2 horses that are level 1 and you will need to breed them together. And the odds of leveling them up, I don't know if it's going to be the same across the board. I kind of feel like it is. To get level 2, I have a 30% chance of getting the level 2 ability through this breeding. A 30% chance. I don't know if there's a way to increase this outside of potions because I don't have this potion. If I had a compound of progress, I would be able to add an extra 20% to that ability. So I would be able to change this from 30% to 50% chance. So if you guys don't want to leave things up to chance, save your potions and only use them for breedings where you are aiming for something specific, especially for things like that experience potion. Because I do think like these would be huge in saving you so many gems because you don't need to do a rebreed if your horses do not give you the ability that you're aiming for. And I suspect if you, let's say we get the level 2, you've got to breed 2 horses with the level 2 jump trait, because if you want level 3, you have to have 2 level 2s. And I don't think it would be far-fetched to assume that the level 3 upgrade would be way more difficult than level 2. I do think that's going to be the case. Don't take my word for this yet. As I said, a lot of people are still trying to figure things out, but yeah, just assume at this point, like if you're upgrading something, the second upgrade is probably going to be more expensive than the last upgrade. So yeah, kind of expensive, kind of pay to win, kind of yeah. So be very cautious with breeding, guys, because yeah, unfortunately we're not going to get everything that we want, not everything that our heart desires. Considering that we are doing a breeding video, guys, I think it just makes sense that we're going to do a couple breedings ourselves. At the moment, I only have 1,704 gems. But what we're going to do today, okay, this is going to be a sponsored breeding by you guys because, yes, some of you guys I have noticed, actually not even some, a lot of you guys have been using my Star Equestrian code when buying gems. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that has been using my code, because of you guys, I'm going to be able to do some of these extra breedings on video for you. So thank you to everybody that has been using my Star Equestrian code when you are buying gems, because you're helping out the channel so much. And we get to do more science on the channel as well. So yeah, if you would like to support the channel, if you didn't know, I do have a Star Equestrian code. If you just buy gems from the Star Equestrian website with my code, then I get a small cut of your purchase and I'm going to be able to use that money so we can do some more fun stuff in the game. So yeah, if you haven't already and you didn't even know this was a thing, now you know. If you can't buy gems or anything, that is totally fine, guys. Like just you watching the video, sharing it with your friends, commenting and liking the video, like that benefits the video as well. So thank you all so much for your support, and any way that you show it to the channel, I really do appreciate all of the support coming out from you guys, because oh my gosh, you are so sweet. I love talking to you in game. I love the comments as well. You're just, I don't know, you guys are just such a sweet and amazing community. So just give me a moment. I'm going to go buy some gems and then we're going to come back and we're going to do a couple of test breedings because there are some things I want to do for science. Okay guys, I'm back with some gems. So let's get this breeding started. So I think we're going to do 2 or 3 breedings. It kind of depends on how things kind of work out for us. We are going to do a natural breeding first. And so what I kind of want to test with this breeding is I want to see if we might be able to pull unnatural colors to other horses. You're probably wondering what I mean by this. So if you have been paying attention to the channel, you guys know that I have been, originally I tried to get Aurora's mane and tail color onto the liver chestnut coat. And come to find out, this was impossible with the old system because Aurora is actually, this is gonna sound crazy, Aurora's a black horse. So Aurora is a naturally black horse because she has 2 cream genes, which is what makes her a smoky black. Was it smoky black? She's a double cream black. So she's basically a black horse with 2 cream genes, and that's why she's so light. So her mane and tail is supposedly exclusive to double cream horses. And it was impossible back then to pull this mane color. We're gonna use Moxie. Moxie's a liver chestnut. So obviously Moxie is a chestnut horse. I love the flaxen on this horse, but I have been dying to try and pull Aurora's mane onto Moxie. So what we're gonna try and do to bring this unusual color over to my liver chestnut line is we're going to use a hair dye potion. So what this potion does is we're going to use Aurora's genetics to determine the hair color of the foal. So we have equipped this onto Aurora. I would love to use more potions. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything here that's going to help us in that department. So we are kind of just putting our hands together. We're clapping and we're praying that we get lucky. I would also love it if we got the main color to pass over and we got the trait, because I do not have a prestige yet. So this would be super fun to get a prestige on camera because yeah, I've done a few breedings so far and I haven't had any luck. So for science, we're gonna do this breeding. All right, I hope you guys are ready because I'm not. In 3, 2, 1. I hope we get something cute. Oh boy, I hope we get, if this mane and tail color passes, I'm going to lose my mind. But I'm also being realistic. I don't think it's gonna pass. And, oh my gosh, okay, wait. Is this, hang on, I'm actually so confused. Are you a liver chestnut? Oh my gosh, I think, guys, I think we did it. Oh my gosh, it worked. Oh my gosh, it worked. And it's even a different color. Oh my, okay, I'm actually in disbelief. Oh my god. I'm still, I can't, I'm sorry guys. And the eyes are pink. Oh, you are going to be so gorgeous when you grow up. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, that is so cool. And like the cool part as well. Okay, this is, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a two-tone baby. It's a two-tone. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. This is going to be, in my opinion, the prettiest horse in Star Equestrian. In my opinion. I'm sorry guys. I can't believe it. We got something so good. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait for this. I'm sorry guys. I'm gushing. I cannot believe these potions have given me a baby that might be what I exactly want in this breeding. Oh, I'm so happy. I am actually so gosh dang happy, guys. Oh, I cannot believe it. I want to cry. I want to cry. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Like actually, oh, where are you going, bud? Okay, wait. Oh, they swapped. They swapped. Hang on. We got to get another close up. Okay, give me a second as we got to zoom in. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we got this. Oh, we got so lucky. We actually got so lucky. And I love the eye color on this baby as well. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is amazing, guys. Okay, fingers crossed that this is exactly what I want for my liver chestnut line. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, team, we're not done. Okay, even though we bred a really, really cute baby, we are not done. We're gonna do a fantasy breeding next because I really want that purple cosmic luminous spirit. So let's go to breeding. Let's find my luminous spirit. So I need to grab Luminous and I need my Cosmic Mustang. We can do this. Oh, this is kind of crazy. We are going to add to this a flourish. Can we add this? The foal already received flourishes of this type. Oh no, okay. Okay, so that is interesting. I was kind of hoping we could add like an extra potion on top so we can have more flourishes, but apparently that is not the case. So now I'm a little bit worried that I'm not gonna get something that I like. Okay, so I think we're gonna go back to the Cosmic Mustang because yeah, Cosmic Mustang is very, very pretty. What else could we do? Do I want to add any other potions to this? I don't think we really have anything. So yeah, I think we go along with the breeding and cross our fingers that we get something really nice because I do suspect this to be a very pretty combo. So let's do the breeding. Okay, please give us a very pretty cosmic baby. I would love that so, so much. Honestly, I want the cosmic mane and tail the most, but if I could get the effect, that would be amazing. And okay, I can't tell what we got. I think we got the cosmic tail and then we got the regular mane. But where did those blue eyes come from? Where did those blue eyes come from? Is that from the luminous spirit? Okay, hang on. Let me move this little baby here to the incubator. So here's our little baby. Okay, I think if I'm not mistaken, yeah, there should be a cosmic tail and then a luminous mane. I think. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be ending up with this pairing. There could be some other stuff on this as well. We could get the light year effect thing because I don't have any horses with the light year effect, but I am keen to see what this horse looks like when it grows up. Although I do wish I got the little purple heart eyes because there are purple heart eyes that you can get for the cosmic and that would have been really, really pretty. But yeah, we got blue eyes, which kind of creepy. Yeah, actually a little creepy. I don't know if I like the eyes. I think we're liking our little baby over here a little bit more. Yes, I think I agree. This little baby is looking very, very cute. I cannot wait for this one to grow up though. Ah, my love. Actually, I kind of want to compare you to Bambi. Are you the same color as Bambi? Here's little Bam Bams. I think you're the same color. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is technically not a liver baby. This is a smoky black who looks brown because of the patterns. Yeah, okay. You come over here, little bubba. Yeah, you look just like Bambi. Oh, you are so cute. And you're going to have the most beautiful mane and tail. I can't believe we got this, guys. Oh, you are gorgeous. You are so, so gorgeous. I really cannot wait for you to grow up. Okay, unfortunately for you guys, you're only going to find out what this horse looks like in this week's video because we're still going to upload on Friday. Okay, so don't worry. This one was delayed, so you guys get this video a little bit early. But yeah, we're going to do some more stuff on Friday, so don't panic. Don't worry. We're still going to do a lot of fun stuff. But oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this little bubba to grow up because, you are so stinking cute. Okay, guys, I think that's probably going to be it for the breeding video. I'm a little bit scared of looking at the length of my footage, so you guys are probably going to get a way more chopped up version of this breeding explainer video, but hopefully I was able to sort of help you guys answer some questions that you might have had with the breeding update because yeah, it is extremely confusing. There is still a lot more testing that needs to be done, but we're all still figuring it out as a community. So if you, again, I keep saying this, if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask in the English chat. We are all extremely helpful over there and all we want to do is just help people get their dream horses. That's why we play this game. We love horses and we want to ride pretty horses. But yeah, with that said, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video or if you found it helpful at all, please leave a like on the video so I know that I was able to help someone else out there because yeah, this update was definitely a thing to eat. Like I kind of feel like I'm still eating at the update buffet and I'm still not full yet because oh my gosh, there is still way too much to learn about the update. And to anyone that might be new to the channel, hi there, my name is Dashabella. I'm a virtual equestrian VTuber and I play a whole bunch of horse games on my YouTube channel. So if you love horse games as much as I do, then definitely give the channel a subscribe so you get future notifications for all of my future uploads. But that's going to be it for today. Again, as always, guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or you can yap at me in game as well if I'm online. I am online pretty frequently. It's just, yeah, sometimes I'm just lurking. So ask questions in the English chat. I might just appear out of nowhere and just like answer to the best of my ability because I want you guys to understand the update as well. I think I'm having a lot of fun with it and I want you guys to have fun with it as well. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye, guys.